We'll go positive. Wow, that's wild. I didn't even realize that the music was on. So crazy stuff has happened lately. Some things are going to remain private, and other things I will share. But my birthday was a couple days ago, and it was pretty uneventful. I prayed for a couple things, but you know, the way that stuff plays out isn't up to me. It's all up to God, and there's divine timing, and there's angels involved. So you can't just wish upon a star that something happens and immediately it does. It takes a while, especially for things that are really important. But one thing I did pray about was that whatever is stagnating or delaying my life, like that blockage be removed, or actually what I did pray was, if there's something I need to learn, if there's something I need to do to advance to the next level and to move on with my life, I want it to happen now. Let's get this over with. That was basically like the message that I was conveying in my prayer when I spoke to God. And this was just like a few days ago. I think it was on my birthday or like a day or two before my birthday. I was really praying a lot to God, like, what do I need to do? I feel like I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And maybe I'm supposed to just learn patience in my waiting period. But maybe I'm supposed to be doing something to like pass some test to move to the next level. So I specifically prayed to God, just, you know, advance my life, like move my life forward. Whatever I have to do. And so, today's not my birthday, it's a few days after my birthday. But it does take a while for mail to arrive. So today, I received, received some nice mail here, and I know it was today because the mailwoman knocked on the door and I needed to sign for it. And apparently, like, there's a court case against me, and it's seeking money owed to where I owe the ex-narc $25,000. This is so funny, but I kind of think like this is an answer to my prayer. What do I have to do to move to the next level? And then probably that day, or, well, there might not have been time to go and see the attorney that day, but either that day or the next day, my ex-narc probably went to the law firm and then had this court case filed and then mailed it to me, the notification. So I view this as another direct answer to my prayer. This was inevitable. It was going to come. It kind of freaked me out several months ago, but now I'm ready. Let's go. We're going to win. I'm not going to be destroyed because God's on my side, and I know that. And with everything I've been through, I know that this is not in my hands. Whatever happens is up to God. So this arrived today, and basically, like, they want me to drive more than 100 miles away, like, to be subpoenaed and arrive in court. But in order to not do that, I can, like, file some documents and mail them in, which is what I'm going to try to do. I do not have money for an attorney, which is good. I'm going to try to get a free court-appointed attorney, and I'm also going to go to the courthouse on Monday and see what they can do. It's also possible that if I'm able to get up and make it to the church on Sunday, possibly they have some volunteers there. So when I tell people who I am, it does one of two things. Either they get really highly offended and want to attack me, or they are magnetically drawn and they want to help. It's far and few between. Very few people actually want to help the chosen one. Most want to attack, but a few do. So I'm going to try to go to church. I'm going to try to make it to church on Sunday. And if not, I'll just go to the courthouse on Monday. So basically, you guys haven't been updated. The narc is staying in the house that I co-own with him. And I did pay off the last $40,000 of the mortgage. I paid the down payment on the house. Mainly I was a stay-at-home mom, and I did not pay the mortgage. And he had a regular job, and he paid the mortgage. So my contribution to the mortgage was watching the kids. Everybody in our circles, our family, knew this to be the case. My half, where I contributed, was that I stayed home and homeschooled the kids, and he paid the bills. And everyone that we know would acknowledge that I am owed half the value of the house. Probably more than that, because honestly, a lot of days the narc would get home at like 10 or 11, and I was babysitting all day with no help. That would have been worth more than the money he made. And I still donated my own money to the family. This is how ridiculous it is. Anyways, he has not paid me my half the value of the house. He apparently told my father he's going to take his time. He's going to take his time to finish fixing up the house and sell it next year. Okay, so this is where I thought we were, and then the court cases were held off. And then I prayed to God, like, I'm tired of waiting. Like, whatever I need to do to move to the next level, let's get it done. And then what happens within the week? This arrives at my door. This needs done. And so I guess I'll have to have witnesses. I have family members, I have witnesses, and they can testify, even unwillingly, they don't want to, but they can tell the truth to where I am owed half the value of the house. I was a stay-at-home mom, and that was seen as just as valuable as paying this mortgage. Everyone knows this. But anyways, he has not paid me for the house. He has not paid me for the shed. He has not paid me for the speaker system. He has not paid me for the tanning bed. Well, the door tanning bed. He has not paid me for the furniture I left. He has not paid me for my shed, the house, like anything like that. And he was supposed to be buying my food for a while. He did agree to, but then he turned the card off all the time, and then he just stopped paying for it altogether. So that lasted a little while, where he paid for, some of my food, but not all of it. And, let's see. This here says that I owe him $25,000. Because without consulting me, he decided to put wood floors in the house, which I don't think is going to affect the value of the house very much. So what the upgrades he's done to the house, it's not going to increase the value of the home $25,000. But he's claiming that I owe him $25,000 because he put wood floors in, and because he cleaned up his mess in the back room, which is quite silly. Anyone knows this is a scam and this is ridiculous. I don't have any money, and I was a stay-at-home mom. Why aren't I getting alimony? Why isn't he being lenient, Why isn't he getting the value, why isn't he selling the house first and then deducting his expenses? But the truth is that this $25,000 amount is just made up. He probably bought lumber and he bought some flooring, which does not cost $25,000. This house, it says online, is 948 square foot. So, even with the finished downstairs, it's still less than 1,500 square foot. It's not a big home. And I think that includes the basement. So, he could not have spent $25,000 on upgrading the floors to wood. It just isn't possible. But what he's doing is he spent probably $1,000 on supplies, materials, and then he's claiming that him and his father's labor is what I owe him for. I didn't agree to any of this, and the house was fine to sell as is. Actually, the appraised value of the house, a drive-by appraisal, the house was worth a lot. It was worth more than $200,000. That was great. It could have been sold right then without anyone even walking in. So he's trying to give me less than that and charge me $25,000 when, maybe I've got $1,000 left where I have to, I need to fix my car, I have to pay my bills, I need to take the dogs to the vet, I need to buy food. This is paying this month's bills, and then I have to pay $250 to get some work done on my car too, in addition to a regular oil change. So that's going to use up all my money, and that's it. And that's okay. But he knows that I can't afford this, so they're just trying to destroy me. They're just trying to block some of this light out. They're just trying to destroy me, and they're not going to. I'm not even concerned about this because it's so ridiculous. Before, when he sent the letter in the mail, I just responded to it. I responded to it myself. I just replied in an email, and I didn't really care. And I answered the question that the attorney had sent to me. I didn't spend any money on it, and I didn't lose a night's sleep. So maybe that's what this is too. But anyways, if I don't respond to this, then it defaults to where he wins, and I owe him $25,000. So of course I'm not going to do that. If it comes down to it, I'll have to find a way to go back to Reynoldsburg. I'll have to find a way to make it over 100 miles, but my car is not going to make it. So I don't have transportation to get there. There's legal ways where they can deal with this, and I don't have to go down there. But I'm going to tell some people so the word gets out on what he's doing. And I haven't not contacted his church. I don't need to do that, because what these people do, they go to their own church and they tell everyone how bad I am and what they're doing, and then it just makes them look bad. Then people kind of realize, why are you doing that to an ex-wife? You didn't pay her for the house yet, now you're charging her $25,000, which she doesn't have. This is making them look awful. Like, any reputation they have is destroyed. So obviously I don't owe him $25,000. If he just took, like, the value of his supplies, he could maybe say I owed him that. But that wouldn't be due until the house is sold. He can't ask for it now and the house isn't being sold. That's completely ridiculous. So the house could have been sold without doing any repairs. But he did dump mice in the house, and there was a mouse infestation, which would be pretty easy to knock out if he just cleared out his hoard in the downstairs, because there weren't finished walls down there. It was just like studs with pink insulation. And if he just threw his crap away and then got rid of the insulation and sealed up the little hole, then the mice would be taken care of. So he created this problem and then acts like it cost $25,000 to fix. It's the most ridiculous thing. Now, I'm not concerned. There's no way he's going to win. And even if he did get some settlement, it wouldn't be anywhere near this. And it would be when the house was sold and deducted from that amount. But I'm putting this video up to show you guys what these people do, like what these narcs do. They go to no lengths. They'll do anything to try to stop a chosen one. Sorry guys, here it is. The light is right in my face. I think I need to put up another curtain. They'll stop at nothing to destroy a chosen one, and I'm not going to be destroyed. I've got a lot of other things going on in my life too. I've got a lot of things going on, and some things are too personal, and I'm not posting on here. I'm not making a video about. Maybe after the fact I will, but right now, no way. I gotta remain mum. I gotta protect good things that could be possibly happening in my life. It looks like the maintenance man is not coming back. He's throwing a little baby tantrum, and I'm glad, actually. I'm tired of dealing with him. And I think that I'd be disobedient to God if I dealt with him again. It looks like he's not coming back, but his cousins that were capable, and I could afford their rates, they're like afraid of him, and now they're not going to come back. So like the maintenance man was going to come over on Friday and do like a little work and get paid. But I did not want to pay him to come over when his cousins came. He doesn't know how to do what they do. He has no idea to do any of that work, and he just sits around and talks and stops the work. And so he thinks that's okay. No, it's not. What I would do is if he wanted to come over and shadow them, he could pay me money, because I'm basically paying them $40 an hour to do work. He's not going to come over and shadow them and slow them down. No way. I am done people pleasing. God taught me this lesson. And so because of that, now he's refusing to come over on Fridays. Was that actually good? Because I'm like making up work that he can do. And yeah, there are a few things he could do here, but there's a lot more things that he doesn't know how to do. So it's not hurting me that he's not coming over. And perhaps I can find someone who is also skilled and capable that I could pay instead of him to come over and repair things in my home. This time I have to be very careful and cautious, and I have to consult God and discern their spirit before I allow them in my home. So possibly I can find someone in the church that I could pay, someone who has the Holy Spirit, who's not a disbeliever. And I don't think he's a disbeliever, but he's not to the level of a chosen one. And he was going behind my back and trying to embarrass and humiliate me. This is not allowed. God had to put an end to it. So he thinks he's trying to hurt me by not coming over, but it's actually helping me, because now I don't have to be the bad guy in breaking this up. He didn't deserve the pay that I gave him. I overpaid for the amount of work that was done. I was trying to help him out by creating things he could do. And he knew that he didn't know how to do plumbing and roofing. He refused to do these things when I was going to pay them. So he wanted me to pay him to hang out with his cousins. And I'm not going to do that. So his cousins don't want to come over. That's unfortunate, because they actually had the skills to take care of this upstairs bathroom. This is not amateur work. It's going to take a serious plumber that knows what they're doing to level my floors. It's an old house, and they removed, what do you call the... Those like the foundational stud, not the studs, but there's supports that are joists. The joists were cut to fit like plumbing, heating, like the water. And because of that, with the bathtub, the floor has sagged a little, and that makes it difficult when installing new flooring. So the amount of work that needs done up there, this takes some seriously skilled people to do. And I need it done for dirt cheap. I need it done for handyman rates. So possibly the church is the way. I don't know. There was a woman I met at the fair who I believe was trans. I sent her a text hoping she'd get back to me. And I said I wanted to go to the church, but I can't hear very well, so I was hoping someone could like call me or stop by. I live less than a mile away from the church. Because of my hearing, it's hard for me to wake up with an alarm. And she didn't reply to me. I also asked about this charity that repairs homes. So possibly if I go to the church, I can ask them there. And there's another church where they said they had people that are able to do things, but I don't know if they can do this. This is serious work that needs done. But anyways, I made this video about this lawsuit. Now, I got a court case filed against me, and the stupid narc is asking for $25,000. So what's happening is he's wasting his money filing these court cases. He's not going to get the money. His reputation is tarnished, and he looks awful to everybody. So I think I'm going to tell my father and my mother, even though they're demons too, and they're going to spread this around, and everyone's going to know. Everyone's going to find out. So maybe it's a good thing. But, you know, I kind of view this as God directly responding to my prayer. This needed taken care of before I can move to the next level and receive my blessings.